Okay, how's it going? Prop the mic here on a Wednesday, March 1st. March Madness is upon us. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah, get double Knicks action here.
Got a rep. They're just, what are they, 6 straight wins now? Moving up to 5th place?
And it's the New York game tonight. So
exactly.
We're showing our allegiance here.
And we might just have a nice special play up on Twitter from a New York Knickerbocker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we announcing that pick?
Yeah, we'll
do it
cover
when we
get
game.
there.
All right.
You're just so excited. You just want to dive right into it, huh?
I am. I can't contain myself.
All right. So what do we got? 9 games tonight?
I believe so. Yeah, another giant slate. Tomorrow will be nice. Tomorrow will be nice. I need a little breather. These massive slates are just exhausting to go through.
It's a lot, and it's hard to prioritize. So I definitely recommend. We put maybe 6, 7, 8 picks up on Twitter, but there's a lot of good ones that we leave on the pod as well. So I definitely recommend listening to the full show as well.
Yeah, we're still working on being able to pick the best ones. We have a lot of good ones. We try to pick a select few to post up on Twitter, but we're still working that out. There was a lot of winners that didn't go up on Twitter last night from the pod, like you said. So definitely check it out.
All right. We're going to move quickly today. So let's get into it. First game, we got the Suns at the Hornets. Hornets are getting 10 at home. Total is 229. Big news here. Obviously, LaMelo is out. That's the big news on this game. No, I'm just kidding. The big news is KD is returning from his injury and going to play his first game with this super team. So, yeah, very excited for that.
Yeah. Looking forward to this game a lot. Unfortunately, it's against the Hornets, who just lost their best player. So blowout potential is big here. Matchup wise, against Phoenix, want to tread lightly here. Obviously, new rotation, new guys with Durant coming, so you don't know exactly how they're going to be. But since February 1st, point guard has been a good place to target Phoenix. Point guards averaging 25.2 points per game and 3.2 made threes per game. So I like this spot here for Dennis Smith with LaMelo being out. He'll be the starting point guard, and the line should be probably pretty low. So just wanted to point that out, but I didn't see anything out on him yet, so I don't have anything. He has
like a continuous chip on his shoulder. So I like Dennis Smith. I think he's I think there was a high expectations for him, and he never really lived up to it.
Yeah, he was a lottery pick.
Yeah,
and then he was in the Porzingis trade to the Knicks.
Right.
So on the Charlotte side, a couple places we can look. So big centers, points and rebounds, definitely a place to look. So that's Ayton. Wasn't able to get there on any play for him, but it's definitely a good spot for him. As well as forward/small forward. So that's Josh Okogie. But with Durant in the mix now, I don't know what's going to happen with him. So we're going to lay off, even though he's in a great spot, points and rebounds wise here. But the one play I do like, and I know you're on this too, is Chris Paul. I don't want to steal your thunder, so I'll let you take this one.
Chris Paul, 8.5 assists, minus 130. He had 11 versus Charlotte last time they played. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, Chris Paul is a native North Carolina guy.
Wake Forest.
Born in Winston-Salem, went to school at Wake Forest, and it's only an hour away from Charlotte. So, so he'll probably have some people in the crowd that he's trying to impress, and you and I both think that he's going to defer some shots that he would have taken to let KD get the ball, and obviously let Booker get the ball, and even Ayton. He's the 4th, maybe even 5th scorer on this team. So I think his focus is going to be getting assists. I think you're going to see his assist line go from 9, 10 up to 11 or 12 in the near future.
That's where we used to see it last year.
Yeah. He's got a lot of weapons. So the only risk on this one, I think, is just, again, blowout. But I think he could put up 9 assists before the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I had one other on Chris Paul that I liked. Just to point out, point guards against Charlotte, averaging 9 assists per game since February 1st. So great spot. Also, point guards against Charlotte, averaging 2 steals per game since February 1st. So his line is 1.5 steals plus 110. He's done this in his last 4 or 5 on the road, averaging 2.6 steals per game. And the last time he played on 2 days rest was against Brooklyn earlier this month, and he had 5 steals in that game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Especially going up against Dennis Smith, I think he can definitely have some good steal opportunities here.
All right, let's move on. We got the Bulls at the Pistons. Pistons are +6. Total's 222, so nice low total. Duren and Stewart are still out. So, what do you like?
All right. So you have a nice matchup here against Chicago for your combo point guards. So it's actually Jaden Ivey. I like his rebound and assist line tonight. So it's 9.5 and it's plus 105. Now, why do I like it so much? So I looked at, you got 2 guys out, Duren and Stewart, who are bigs, so you wouldn't think maybe have much impact on Ivy, but with Duren out of the lineup, he's cleared 9.5 rebounds and assists in his last 5 of 6, averaging 11.2. He's done it in all 5 games without Duren at home, averaging 12.2. Now, if we go to Stewart, he's cleared this in 5 of 6 without Stewart, averaging 11.3. He's done this in all 3 games without Stewart at home, averaging 13.3. And the last 2 games, the only 2 games he played without Duren and Stewart, he had 13 RA and 12 RA.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
It is beautiful. And then on the Chicago side, best matchup to play against Denver is your forward/small forward. So that's DeMar DeRozan. I like he's been slumping a little bit lately. So
not a little, like a lot.
Yeah. But you have some pretty compelling stuff here. So his par is 31.5. He's done this in 4 of his last 5 games on a back-to-back, and he's averaging 41.5 par in those 5 games. He's done this in his last 9 of 10 on a back-to-back on the road, averaging 42.5 par. And the last 5 times he's played Detroit, he's cleared this par. And he's averaging 38.5 against Detroit his last 5 games. So pretty compelling stuff there, but I know you're not betting it.
No, I mean,
he's hurt. He's battling with some sort of.
He's done it in 2 out of the last 10 games. I can't get on that train. If you want to look at any prop for him, his assist line is pretty good. 4.5 assists. He's done it in 8 out of the last 10. So he is dishing the ball, probably in lieu of shooting. Something's up with him.
I saw his rebounds are way down, so that would indicate like he's not anxious to go, grab boards. Something's bothering him.
Yeah.
So and I like the assists because his position averaging 4 assists per game since February 1st. So but like we said, he's slumping a little bit, so be careful. Did you have anything on Chicago?
I passed on this this game. The only guy who was just the other comment on DeRozan assists, he hit 5 assists in both games against Detroit. So the only other player on the Bulls who does consistently do well against Detroit is Levine, and I liked his rebounds and assists. Not an official play because I didn't like it enough that I would actually play it, but
just a lean.
Let me just show you what he did the last 2 times. I didn't even write it down. His line is 8.5, and the last 2 games against Detroit, he had 9 and 9. So, he gets there. But I don't know. I kind of want to just stay clear of this game in total. But I do like that Ivy play, so I'm going to look at that more after this.
You haven't heard my last one yet. It might entice you to bet this game.
Let's go.
Ready? Alex Caruso, point guard. Point guards against Detroit, averaging 2.8 steals per game. His line's 1.5 plus 125. He's done this in 4 straight games against Detroit. 4, 2, 5, 4. And he's done this in his last 4 of 6 on a back-to-back. So nice spot there.
I like him.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Part Ready of that old. Yeah. Never mind. Let's go.
You can only spend 30 seconds in a show talking about Caruso.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the Cavs at the Celtics. This is another potential playoff game, so this will be fun. Celtics are at home -5. Totals 219.5. So low scoring game. Defensive minded teams, I guess.
Yeah.
Anybody popping for you on the matchup?
Not much in terms of scoring. Not much on either side. They're pretty good, and like we said, the total's low in this game, right? So that's to be expected. But I found a couple. So we were on this the other day. This assists for big centers against Cleveland seems to be a spot you can target them at for some reason. So Robert Williams' line is 1.5 assists and is plus 152.
Whoa.
He's done this in 8 of 10 on 1 day rest, averaging 2.5. He's done this in 7 of 10 at home, averaging 2. And the 2 times he played Cleveland last season, which I think you can read into because the teams are pretty comparable, minus, Donovan Mitchell being on the Cavs. He had 7 assists and 3 assists in his 2 games against Cleveland last year.
Nice.
Yeah. And then keeping with this theme of assists, I like Malcolm Brogdon here. Combo point guards averaging 8 assists per game since February 1st. His line's only 2.5. It's minus 145, but he's done this in 7 of 10 overall, averaging 3.6. 8 of 10 at home, averaging 3.7. And his last 3 games against Cleveland, 3, 5. That was this year, and then 12 last year. So, yeah.
Good stuff.
It is nice. Yep.
All right. I had a bunch of plays on this game. Again, be cautious because the total's 219.5. But I liked Jared Allen over 10.5 rebounds, minus 105. He's done this in 6 of 8 on 2 days rest. And in his 2 games against Boston, he had 11 and 14.
Okay.
He is better at home, both on points and rebounds. So that's why you're getting a little bit of a discount compared to where he's been of late. What I liked more than this was Jaylen Brown. He is back from being off for a game. His total points is 24.5 points, minus 130. Two games against the Cavs, he had 32 and 30. And he's done this actually in 9 of his last 10 games. I believe it was on 2 days rest. So I thought that was a pretty good stat for him.
Yeah. So that was what was Allen's line?
10? Allen was 10.5 rebounds, and Jaylen Brown was 24.5 points. Jaylen Brown's assist as well is something worth looking at. 2.5 assists. He's had 4 assists against Cleveland in each of their matchups. So. And he's done that one as well, 9 of the last 10.
All right.
So, yeah.
I like that. Assists, lots of assists for Boston today.
Yeah, why not, right?
And do you have any on Cleveland?
No, other than Allen, no.
Okay. I had one. So big / power forwards, which Evan Mobley is classified as, have a nice matchup here in terms of rebounds and assists. So I actually went with his rebounds and assists. It's 11.5 and it's plus 100. He's done this in 5 of 10 on the road, so not great. But his last 2 of 3 on 2 days rest. And when he played Boston, which they're at Boston today, back in October, he had 13 rebounds and assists. And the reason I like this, at his position, averaging 13.6 rebounds and assists since February 1st. Kind of. I just lost your. It kind of plays in with the Jared Allen rebounds.
Yeah, so, I like that. I like that.
So, all right, that's
cool.
all I got.
Let's move on. We got the 76ers at the Heat. Heat are +2 in this game. These two teams just played 2 nights ago, and the total is 215.5. Now they're in Miami. That's why the Heat are getting the points. Keep in mind that the total point score in the previous matchup was 200. So
yeah,
really low scoring game. Lowry is out again.
I don't even know if he plays for the Heat again. Is what I've heard. But be careful with the scoring here. Matchup wise, forward/power forwards against Philly, averaging 8.5 rebounds per game since February 1st. So I like Jimmy Butler here over 5.5 rebounds, -105. Not a lot of compelling recent historical trends. Just really playing this matchup here. And then the other one I have is you have a nice matchup for wing/small forwards. So that's Max Strus and Duncan Robinson. I like Strus here over 10.5 PR. That position is averaging 25 PR since February 1st. He's done this in 7 of 10 overall, averaging 14.8. He's done in 8 of 10 at home, averaging 17.5. And he's done this in his last 7 of 8 on 1 day rest at home, averaging 18.5. And when he played Philly 2 days ago, he had 14.
Yeah, which were almost all points. 13 points, 1 rebound. Doesn't play huge minutes, 24 minutes in that game, 19 minutes the game before. It's weird. The 4 or 5 games before that, he was averaging over 30 minutes. So
Kevin Love.
Oh, Kevin Love. Yeah, that's what's challenging. I looked at even Bam. I wanted to play Bam rebounds. It's so low. 7.5 rebounds for him, which he's done in 8 out of the last 10 at home. But I think Kevin Love's just stealing the rebounds.
Yeah. He's always been a great rebounder, and he's taking. They're probably lightening Bam's load a little bit. I haven't checked his minutes. Or his minutes decreasing a little bit, possibly. I don't know. But definitely stealing some of those boards. So
they also picked up. I think his name is Cody Zeller. Right?
Cody Zeller. Yeah,
right. And he's actually, playing some decent time too. So
yeah,
there's a lot of new guys on the team that are just taking minutes away and rebounds away. So I laid off of that for now, but there is some value on Bam rebounds.
Yeah. And then I just had one on Philly. So your point guard matchup in terms of 3-point shooting against Miami is pretty good, averaging 3.2 made threes per game. So I like Harden here over 2.5 threes. It's -160. He's done this in his last 4 of 5, averaging 3.6. And in that game against Miami 2 days ago, he had 3 threes.
All right. I like that. I looked at that one too.
Nice.
Those are always scary because he'll wait late in the game to get there. Yeah. He's not like that 6 3-point guy that he used to be.
No.
He gets 2 or 3 every game.
Step back 3 is the love. Yeah.
And then I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't call out PJ Tucker again, 4.5 points, -137. I think it's probably only available on BetMGM, but he nailed it the other day, and now he's back in Miami. So might as well ride it again.
I think so. I think it's a good play.
All right.
Alrighty.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go. New York. Nets at the Knicks. Knicks are -7.5. Wow. Totals 223. Ben Simmons is out. What else is new? What do you like in this?
What do I like? All right. So bigs against Brooklyn have been one of the best matchups over the last month or so. And since he's come back from about a month off, Mitchell Robinson has just been on fire. So I like him here. I like his points and rebounds. Big centers averaging 31 points and rebounds against Brooklyn since February 1st when they play 25-plus minutes. His line's only 16.5, like I said. And his last 3 games since he's come back, 23, 24, 22. Super consistent in a tremendous matchup against the New York City rival. I love this. This was also our featured collab, our first collab pick, right?
With Valley Bets, yeah.
Yep.
It was amazing, actually. Just tell the story real quick. We had a call earlier today, and we both basically spit out our top pick. And out of all the props, both nailed Mitchell Robinson. So,
yep.
So that's a sign. Go play this one.
It was meant to be.
Meant to be. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, excited for that. Love Mitch. All right. And then your wing / shooting guard, both wings, whether it's small forward or shooting guard, are pretty good. So your small forward side of the wing position is RJ Barrett, who is actually in the better spot here. I just couldn't. He's been up and down. I don't know, with Josh Hart in the rotation now. I'm although we did cash on him. What was that 2 nights ago with his rebounds? I'm staying away. But what I do like are your shooting guard wings. So I like that's Quickly and Grimes. I actually like both of them here. So that position's averaging 20.1 points per game since February 1st and 2.5 made threes. So I like Grimes here to have 2 threes. It's plus 115. He's done this in 10 of 11 games on 1 day rest at home, averaging 2.6. And his last 2 games against Brooklyn, he had 2 and 2. And then his point line is 6.5. Like I said, the position's averaging 20. It's minus 125. He's done this in 11 of 12 on 1 day rest at home, averaging 12.3 points per game.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like the points a little bit better than the threes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And then Quickly, same thing. 2 threes, minus 1. This one's minus 160, whereas Grimes was plus 115. But Quickly's done this in 8 of 10 overall, averaging 2.4, 8 of 10 at home, averaging 2.1, and his last 2 against Brooklyn, 2 and 4. And then his points is 12.5. He's done this in 8 straight games, averaging 15.8 points. And his last 2 games against Brooklyn, he had 14 and 16.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I think I like Quickly a little bit better just because of the playing time. He's getting about last 5 games, 27.7 minutes, whereas Grimes is getting about 20
That's
minutes.
it?
But then again, the line is double, right? He's talking about 6.5 versus 12.5.
Yeah.
And he just put up 23 points against Boston.
Yeah.
Who's a pretty good, probably some good
He's
defense.
a good player, man. Grimes. I like him.
No, I was talking about Quickly, but I do like Grimes too. So those are good. Look at both of those and choose whichever one. They probably will both hit tonight. So.
I could see them both hitting. Yeah, I mean they both hit in the last game against Brooklyn. So
yeah.
And then I got nothing on the Knicks. Have been very good defensively. Forward / small forward is probably your best place to target. So that's Mikal Bridges, Joe Harris, but I'm staying away.
Yeah, I wish I could do like a combined bet of Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges total points because they just take from each other. Even last night we were on the Bridges rebounds. Mm-hmm. We ended up with 2 rebounds, which was horrendous. Cam Johnson had I think 7+ rebounds. So they just kind of take from each other.
They were doing the same thing in Phoenix when Booker was out and Johnson came back. They were doing the same thing. So.
Yeah, so that's going to be a tough situation. I mean. Definitely Bridges is the better player there, but we'll see. All right, cool. Oh, I had one more on the Knicks. Julius Randle, assists over 3.5, minus 115.
Nice.
Right? We like that one, right? He's hit this in 2 out of 3 games against Brooklyn, getting 3, 8, and 4. And he's hit this in what I like the best, 9 out of 10 straight home games. So this seemed like really good value at minus 115 for something that's hit 90% of the games. And he's the kind of guy who just gets up for these competitive New York games. So.
I like maybe parlaying that with Quickly's points.
That could be nice.
Yeah.
Especially if all 4 assists go to Quickly. That'd be great.
That's right.
4 Quickly threes and we cash them both.
Done.
Done. All right, cool. Ready? Move on?
Yep. Moving along.
All right. Grizzlies at the Rockets. Rockets are plus 10 at home. Total. That's crazy. We got 2 games where the home teams are plus 10 points. Totals 230. And what do you like here?
You got nothing out on Houston's side yet, right? Both these teams are on back-to-back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your best matchup to target Memphis at is actually your big center. So that's Şengün. Rebounds, points and rebounds, assists, par. So take a look at those later. I think he's in a good spot here. What did I like on the Memphis side? Here we go. I think we got to run it back with Ja. insane game last night, 39-point triple-double. Point guards have been averaging 34.1 points per game against Houston since February 1st. Dame had his 71-point game, right, against Houston?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So Ja's line's 27.5. Ja had 49 against Houston on October 21st. I think he's obviously hot right now, and we got to ride him. What says you? You like Ja?
Yeah, that was my only play for this game.
Okay.
What I'm looking at, though,
Mm-hmm.
just if you're not totally confident on Ja,
Yeah.
here's just an idea. You could wait until the end of the first quarter to play Ja. He's actually his line, first quarter line on points is 7.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually crossed that in only 4 out of his last 10 games.
Dude, last night when he went off, he had 0 points for half the first quarter, or 2 points for half the first. Oh, he only had 2 in the whole first quarter?
2 points in the whole first quarter.
Wow, yeah, I knew it was low. Wow.
Well, I'll read you his last 5 games. 5, 4, 5, 10 against Denver, and then 2 against LA last night. So he's for some reason he's starting slow. So I think the 27.5 is a good play regardless. I would just play that. But if you're hesitant about it and you want to kind of, risk the bet, but try to get a lower line, maybe 24 points, see where he's at the end of the first quarter. If he's got like 4 or 5 points, then jump on it because he'll probably
some
pick up.
Sharp betting right there, my friend. Very nice.
Sharpness.
I like it.
Give you every angle we can give you.
I like that quite a bit. I had 2 others from this game. So wing / small forward, which is Kennard, Bain, Conchar, a lot of threes, averaging 3.7 threes per game. So I like Bain here over 2.5 threes. He's done this in his last 3 games on a back-to-back, 6, 3, and 3. He's done this in 4 of 5 on the road, averaging 3.6. And his last 4 games against Houston, 3, 3, 4, 3.
Not bad.
That one's pretty good. And then wing / shooting guards. I like this in terms of matchup because they are averaging 10.2 rebounds and assists per game against Houston since February 1st. So that's Dylan Brooks. His line's 5.5 RA. It's plus 105. He's done this in last 6 of 9, and he's averaging 7 RA over those 9 games.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the previous matchup between the Grizzlies and the Rockets. It was also in Houston, and the Grizzlies only won by 7. So that's why Ja ended up scoring 49 as he played 31 minutes. I was just looking to see who on the bench might be a good play as well in the case of a blowout, but hopefully it's another tight game because that'll help our play.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good on this game?
Yep. Let's move along.
All right. Next, we got the Magic at the Bucks. Bucks are minus 7.5. 225.5 is the total. I got to tell you, I think the Magic are becoming one of my favorite teams.
I'm right there with you. Love that. They're so deep. So much talent there. We love Franz, Paolo. I mean, the team's Fultz is turning into like the player everyone thought he could be.
Yeah.
They're an awesome team.
I don't know what they need to do to like be a real playoff contender. It still feels like they're missing a star.
Yeah.
Maybe Bencaro can get into that position at some point, but
yeah, he will.
But yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
right,
I feel like they need that. They need that. They could use like that star, like shooting guard. They need that big scorer.
The first time I saw Bencaro play, now I'm a Duke fan, so take this for what it's worth. I thought his game was similar to Tatum's.
Yeah.
So if he even is 80% of Tatum, they'll end up.
He's like a really bigger Tatum, right?
Yeah. But just his ability to shoot from different angles of the floor. His 3-point shooting is not good.
No,
so he needs to develop that.
It's not.
So anyway,
as most rookies are that way. So
definitely. Come. The line moves back a little after college.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you like in this game?
So I think we got to run Brooke Lopez back here. Big / centers, averaging 28 PR per game against Orlando since February 1st. His line's 19.5. It's minus 104. And he's done this in 6 of 7 games on a back-to-back this season.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And the other, this was the one I found right before we started recording. Drew point guards against Orlando. Great matchup over the last month. Points, rebounds, assists, and all the combos thereof. So Drew Holiday over 28.5 par. He's done this in all 5 games on a back-to-back this season. And the last 3 times he played Orlando, 35, 37, and 32. Pretty nice.
I just saw Middleton is out as well. Does that help Holiday?
Middleton, I thought Middleton's in.
No.
Oh,
he's
no.
out.
Oh.
Pretty sure. Games
yeah, I think that I mean, Middleton's not even starting these days, but I think that can only help him in terms of usage going to him.
Yeah.
Right?
You said his par?
Par, yeah.
Yeah, his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 7 of 8 games without Middleton. He's crossed 29.5 par.
There we go. I didn't even look at that one.
Yeah.
So I like that. I also like his to have 3 threes is plus 120. He's done it in 4 straight games at home. And he's also done it in 4 or 5 on a back-to-back this season.
Yeah. I think this game will be, I mean, it's a 7.5 point spread. It could be a 20-point blowout, but the Bucks
it won't be a blowout. I don't
think so. The Bucks tend to let teams hang around.
Look how Orlando's played Boston this year.
Yeah.
Boston hasn't beaten them this year.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think Miami's pretty comparable to Boston. So yeah, they're going to give them this is going to be a good game.
All right. Anybody on the Magic side?
Yes. I like not a lot of great matchups, but I like Banchero here. Rebounds over 7.5. He's done it in 6 of 10 overall, 3 of 5 at home. And when they played Milwaukee back in early December, he had 12 rebounds in that game.
Okay. Yeah, not bad.
So that's it.
All right. Lakers at the Thunder. This is the game I called out right after the All-Star game because this was supposed to be the game where SGA shows up LeBron, but now neither of them are playing. So I believe SGA is out, right?
They haven't released their injury report yet because they're on a back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, he's not projected to play. So
yeah.
And LeBron's definitely out. So Thunder -1, totals 229.5. What do you like here?
I'm just looking real quick. Okay, so yeah, he's out. Now he's out.
Now he's out? Okay.
Officially. So who do I like here? Combo / shooting guards against the Lakers have been great. So if anyone wants to run it back with Isaiah Joe, that's your spot right there. Averaging 21 points per game and 7 assists per game since February 1st. So if we're not feeling burned by him from last night, we could run that back. What did I like here? This one's nice. I think you're going to like this. So wings / shooting guards averaging 2.3 steals per game against the Lakers since February 1st. Jalen Williams over 1.5 steals is plus 135. He's done this in his last 3 or 4 at home, last 3 or 4 on a back-to-back. And when they played the Lakers on February 7th, how many steals did he have? 6.
Yeah. Some of that is Westbrook and his inability to handle the ball.
That's a great point.
But yeah, I like him. This is Jalen, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was on his rebounds. A little juicy, -142, but 4.5 rebounds. He's done this in 5 of 7 on 0 days rest, and he had 7 against the Lakers when they played, and 7 of 10 overall. So there's something there on Jalen.
The other thing I'd say, AD is out of this game.
Anybody
right?
else?
AD is out of this game, right?
No, is he out?
Yeah, AD's out. AD is out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love so forward / power forward is a great matchup against OKC. I forget who we bet recently at this position, but it was good. So with AD and LeBron out and this matchup, you got to take a look at Vanderbilt, and even more so, I feel like this is a big Rui Hachimura game. I think this is with those two guys out, he's going to have a big game that's his position, power forward, averaging 21.8 points per game, 7.3 rebounds. Look at Rui when his lines come out.
Yeah. Do they have lines out for Vanderbilt yet?
No. Vanderbilt, I think Vanderbilt, maybe. Yeah, Vanderbilt's out now.
Yeah. Oh, 11.5 rebounds.
Yeah.
Good
spot.
AD's projected rebounds or his rebound line before the game, before he was ruled out, was 14.5, I think, or maybe 15.5. So that's a lot of rebounds going somewhere.
Vanderbilt. Ooh, that's so nice.
Rui's not even projected to start, though. That's weird.
Who's projected to start?
This is their projected starting lineup. Schroeder, because Russell's out.
Keep in mind, Schroeder played 2 seasons in OKC, so you have a little revenge narrative there.
Malik Beasley, Troy Brown, Vanderbilt at power forward, and then Gabriel at center.
Wenyen Gabriel. Okay.
This is like
like that.
This is like OKC versus OKC.
Yeah.
Wow. Feel bad
All
for
right.
Anybody who bought tickets to this game. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going.
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Right?
We got the Pels at the Blazers, minus 1.5. Blazers minus 1.5. Totals 233. This is the first game that both CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard are going to be playing against each other since CJ came over to the Pels last year, and I believe it is CJ's.
It's not his first game back in Portland.
Second game back in Portland.
Yeah.
He had 25 last year in Portland, 23 in New Orleans. And then he played in the game this season in New Orleans as well, but Dame didn't play in that game. So, so what do you like here?
So let's start on the Portland side. So against New Orleans, we've been bringing this up. Bigs have been just feasting against New Orleans. So averaging 18 points per game and 11.3 rebounds per game since February 1st. So I like Eubanks here. Both his point line 7.5 and his rebound line 7.5. I like both of them. I like his points. He's done in 6 of 9 overall and 4 of 6 at home. And the 7.5 rebounds, which is plus 100. He's done in 5 of 6 overall, 4 straight games at home. And when they played New Orleans back in November, he had 8 rebounds in that
game. Did Nurk not play in that game?
I'm not sure. I didn't look at that.
I'll look it up. You got any more plays on this one?
So it actually, not only is it a nice narrative here, but combo shooting guards is a matchup to target against Portland, averaging 22 points per game since February 1st. So I like CJ over 20.5, minus 125. He's done it in 6 of 10 overall, 6 of 10 6 of 10 on the road. Like you said earlier, he had 25 at Portland last season. And then this was interesting. The only game, so Jose Alvarado's out tonight. The only game McCollum played without Alvarado this season was in December. He had 28 points in that game. And Joval is questionable. If Joval doesn't play, the only game CJ played without Joval this season, on February 5th, he had 24 points in that game.
Wow.
Yeah. I like the Alvarado one because that's less, CJ plays a lot of point guard for them. And with Alvarado out, that's just more minutes and usage for CJ.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eubanks, that game where he had 8, Nurk did play. He just played 27 minutes. Somebody else must have been out that game. All right, cool. Good stuff.
Very nice.
What about Dame? You think Dame will go off for 50 tonight?
It's actually, I think it's a pretty good spot for New Orleans. So I don't know. It wasn't popping for me. I don't think he gets 50 tonight.
But you're also not brave enough to fade Dame. There were a lot of people fading him last night with that. The 37.5 points, I believe it was the highest point line for any player so far this season.
Really?
Yeah. So there were a lot of people fading him, and they did well because he started hot, but then he fizzled.
Yeah, just since February 1st, point guards playing more than 25 minutes, only averaging 15 points per game against New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're not Dame.
They're not Dame. They're not all Dame. No.
I would just steer clear of Dame tonight. I agree with that.
Yeah, let's stay away. Yeah.
All right, cool. So 9 games, a lot of fun. Let's go enjoy them, and we'll get our picks up on Twitter, and have a good night.
All right, you too.